Why is Charlie Kirk's shooter still breathing, but Charlie is not? This question cuts deep into the heart of our justice system. A man admits to pulling the trigger in front of thousands of witnesses, and yet he's still alive. He'll spend years, maybe decades, on death row while taxpayers fund his existence. And to me, that feels broken. It feels twisted in a knot. Today, I want to talk about justice, due process, and why so many Americans, including myself, feel caught in the middle of a political firestorm that's burning our society from the inside out. Let's be honest. When someone openly admits to murder, especially a murder of someone simply exercising their freedom of speech, most people think the punishment should be swift and absolute. No ifs, no ands, no buts. This case looks crystal clear. Thousands of witnesses. I believe Tyler Robinson should get put to death immediately. Stop wasting time when he verbally admitted guilt. We all saw it happen. A political social media influencer dead. And yet the shooter is being processed, protected, and prolonged through a legal system that moves slower than molasses. For many of us, it feels like justice delayed is justice denied. It makes you wonder, why do we keep a killer alive when their victim will never breathe again? But here's the part most people don't want to hear. The reason the shooter is still alive is because of how our justice system is built. Even if someone confesses, our courts don't take it at face value. It must go through the long legal system, even though billions of people know exactly what happened. Why? Because confessions can be coerced, false, or misunderstood. We've seen innocent people admit to crimes they never committed. So the system requires a full trial, a jury, evidence, cross-examination before a final verdict. And when it comes to the death penalty, the process is even slower. Appeals, reviews, and challenges pile up because once the state executes someone, there's no going back, no correction, no apology. In theory, this protects us all. In practice, it feels like endless delay. Here's another bitter truth. Keeping someone on death row costs taxpayers millions more than life without parole. Endless trials, lawyers, appeals, hearings. It drains resources while families of victims wait for closure that may never come. And then there's the politics. Death penalty cases get tied up in elections, governors, and judges making career moves. Suddenly, justice isn't about the victim anymore. It's about power, perception, and votes. Meanwhile, the media plays its own game. Turn on CNN, then flip to Fox News. It's like watching two completely different realities. Both sides spin, twist, and frame the story for their audience. No wonder people feel brainwashed if they only pick one channel. Who's right? Who's wrong? The truth probably lives somewhere in the uncomfortable middle. And that's why I stay stuck in the middle and refuse to take a side. I walked away from my party politics years ago. I'm independent now, and I plan to stay that way. Why? Because both sides are lying to us. Both sides are divided, and instead of seeking truth, they throw grenades of deception at each other. I'd rather listen to both, filter the noise, and come to my own conclusions. That's the only way to stay sane in a system designed to pit us against each other. So yes, I believe murderers who blatantly and publicly take a life deserve death. But I also believe in due process, even when it's frustrating. Because without due process, the system collapses into mob justice. And if we allow that for one case, it could happen to any of us tomorrow. This is the tension. We want swift justice, but we also want fairness. We want accountability, but we also want protection from false convictions. And the truth is, our system often delivers neither. It drags its feet. It wastes money. It re-traumatizes victims' families. And it leaves the public divided and confused. That's why so many Americans believe the system is broken. Should the death penalty be reformed to move faster, with tighter safeguards but fewer delays? Or should we abandon it altogether, since the cost and chaos seem to outweigh the closure it promises? And how do we hold a system accountable that feels more like a political circus than a path to justice? These are not easy questions, but they are questions worth asking. At the end of the day, Charlie Kirk is gone, and nothing will bring him back. His killer will face trial, and the system will decide his fate. But what about us, the citizens stuck in the middle trying to make sense of it all? Do we keep believing in a system that feels broken? Or do we fight to reform it into something that actually delivers justice? That's for you to decide. What do you think? Should Charlie Kirk's killer face immediate execution, or does due process, even with all its flaws, still matter? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it. See you on the next video.